Hello and welcome to the Monster Truck Times. We've had quite a weekend of competition and a lot of stuff happened. Um, First off, I'd like to start going over some of the independent news right now. Um, First off, the Monster Truck Throwdown Salinas, California event has been announced. The lineup so far includes Blockhead, driven by Darren Basil, Dirt Crew, driven by David Olford, Dragon Slayer, driven by Craig Christensen, Farmageddon with a to-be-announced driver, Jurassic Attack with a to-be-announced driver, Shell Shock, driven by Dalton Widener, Velociraptor with a to-be-announced driver, and Vendetta, driven by Mike Christensen. Which brings us into our second news, the announcement of the new Farmageddon truck, which a lot of people are speculating is the Basil Brothers truck they were announcing that looked like a John Deere. So we'll see if that's what that is. I'm assuming that's what it's going to be. Another news right now, the Metal Shop Blizzard Bash has been announced for Salisbury, Maryland at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center, January 30th and 31st. And finally, for your independent news, Carolina Crusher returns with Rob Putri behind the wheel for a Monster X Tour. Now on to Monster Jam news. Arena Series East, Washington, D.C. has been postponed, and so is Stadium Series East, San Antonio has been postponed, along with the Sunday show at Newark being postponed until August. Now let's get into the shows that did happen this weekend, with Arena Series West in Sacramento, California. Not much really going on at these events. Blake Granger got a great save in Saturday afternoon's freestyle. That's the only note I really got down for these events. Tim Hall Jr. struggled a little bit in the beginning of the events, but got a little bit better near the end. He got 2 wins on Saturday evening. Points right now standing are Blake Granger with 337 points, Armando Castro with 298 points, and Tim Hall Jr. in third with 268 points. 39 points separating first and second, and 69 points between first and third. So the points are starting to spread out now, and Blake Granger's starting to run off with it a little bit more. But don't count the other two out. I think if Tim Hall Jr. gets a little bit better back into the rhythm, he can at least get into second over Armando Castro if he tries. They're not separated too far yet that things can change up. Now on to Arena Series Central. Like I said before, New York Sunday show has been postponed. The points are starting to get switched up here, and I'll get back into that in a second. But the main highlights in the weekend, Greg Duffy wiping out in FMX Freestyle on Friday. Scott Murray wiping out in FMX on Saturday evening. Weston Anderson had a wild freestyle run with a lot of saves on Saturday night. And that's about it for news from these events. Weston Anderson and Noah Bakken lead with 257 points. Fernando Martinez and AJ Roseborough are in second with 245 points. And Tony Oates and TJ Tiffany are in third with 236 points. Now this is a lot closer. 12 points between first and second, and 21 points separating first from third. These are a lot closer, and as you notice, they switched up from last week. Weston Anderson is in the lead now, and that's partially because his rider, Noah Bakken, has perfected a really good move in best upright trick that he is getting a lot of wins with. And Weston's starting to get back on track too. So we'll see how this turns out, if the other two can hold on, or if Weston's going to start taking the lead. Finally, we have Stadium Series West with Bryce Kenny getting some big air on Saturday's show, on Saturday's freestyle. Tyler Meninga's backflip with a broken planetary. That was cool. Zach Garner had a great freestyle run, winning freestyle run on Saturday with a bunch of big saves and an overall win. Corey Rummel wins racing after rolling over. Sorry, Corey Rummel wins a race after rolling over due to Bryce Kenny having a penalty. That was an interesting moment. Mike Christensen wins racing altogether. And Barry Musauer cartwheels into Rec Deck in freestyle. Points for Stadium Series West are Ryan Anderson in first with 174 points. Tyler Meninga in second with 164 points. And Barry Musauer in third with 151 points. 10 points between first and second, and 23 points separating first and third. Ryan's starting to get up there now. He's starting to take off. But don't count the other two out. Barry's very good in freestyle and racing. I could see him easily making a comeback. And Tyler's very good too. I could see him making a comeback too. But right now, Ryan's in the lead. And that's really about it for Stadium Series West and for Monster Jam. The season's heating up. We had a lot of stuff happen this weekend with the snow and everything. And that'll be about it for this video. Thank you for watching.